Okay, today I'm going to practice myself with mocking interview to get a job or get to boot camp. So let's see how I'm doing good or not. I see some questions from somewhere is make it. So I want to create it on and want to see how long I'm gonna be to answer the all questions because I have only 50 minutes to do. Okay, with the first question here. Okay, here we are. So my problem said declare variable names numbers and set it to the value of 10. So declare variable number, gonna use less in case maybe we change in the future and set it to value 10. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we are. My problem says create a function add numbers that takes the numbers as an argument. Add numbers, choose add up, or the numbers from 1 to the numbers you pass to the functions. For example, if the input is 4, then your function should return 10s because 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, it should be equal to 10. And check that your add number function is working correctly by passing your variable names numbers to the add num function. Okay. What I'm seeing here, I'm gonna create a function that's passing the number functions and then number parameter, number as argument, and then inside the body of functions, I'm going to as each time iterate of the numbers until up to the number I pass in, and then we just return the result. So let me go ahead to write the pseudo code here. Okay, I'm going to check first. Okay, at first I just need to create a function body, so we can go ahead after we done our pseudocode to code. So, but just let me go to create a number function body, and we pass in number as argument. So I'm going to use the ESX arrow function inside, and I'm going to create a test to check when we need to invoke our function. So I'm going to use the console log and call invoking function numbers and pass in the variable numbers, the values of number we already create on line 2 here. So I expect the result of the values should return 10 at end. Okay, so and then now I'm going to work on my pseudocode, what I'm gonna do inside. So we know that inputs will be number and output will be also number. And in our bodies, we're going to declare, create some variable assign to 0 at first, and then inside that, what we're gonna do the logic with to create num at by each number. So I'm going to use iterate through num input. We'll use it for num input, and inside, after we iterate, we check. After we iteration, we're going to check current element and add to sum. So it means we're going to reassign sum to current element, and then outside that we're going to return sum. Okay. Okay, so that's my pseudocode. So let's jump ahead to code. What's our code gonna be? Let me work a little bit to make more pretty. Okay, so I'm going to use the let keyword to create sum and set it to 0 at the first, because we're going to check the let the sum variable. So on here, I'm going to iterate through the number using a for loop. So let me go ahead to create the first next I set it to 0. I is the loop will run as much as I less than num, and then each iteration we increment I by 1. And okay, let's see here. I just go to return sum in case I'm forget to return, and I will run the invoke the functions. That means gonna run error, right? Okay, here we are. We're back to inside of the body of functions. So let me check here. Iterate. Okay, let me check. The input, I think it should start from 0, and we're going to reassign some number and add to each element of num. Add I to it. Okay, so some should be changed. So let me work to check again what if my code is correct. So we get 10. 10 is set to sum. 10 first index will be 10 and 1. 0 will be 1 and add to. It should not add to 10, right? Num is 10, right? And top to 10. Okay. So here we are. In case we have to pass 4, right? 4 adds 4 5 times. 4 adds 1. Okay. So here, sorry, I just misunderstand this one. So let's check it here. This if we expect past 4 and 4 at each time, iterate each time the result should be 10. So the next one I will do is I will pass my variable name number. So this one should add from 10, 10 at 9, right? 10 at 9, at 8, at 7, at 6, at 5, at 4, at 3, at 2, at 1, and 0 at n. So this result, I think I'm not gonna count how the result is. So, but we have to, because we already have our function, we can use that one to do for us. But let's first with the lower one, the small number, adding 4, and we expect to print it out number 10. So if we pass 10 here, first 10, 0 at less than I, so 10, so 1 and add to sum will be 1. So I think up to 4. Okay, that should work. Let me run code now. Let me comment this line first. Okay, that's not correct. We have sum. We get at less than sum. We said I increment by 1. So let me console log to see what its num is. Cause num is 4, 4. So what is I here? 1, 2, 3. So that is I mistake. So lesson I lesson font and we're gonna add I to sum. What's Y still 4? Right? Was I miss something here? Oh, okay. I see what I'm doing wrong. It's like I use this one. Okay, this is work. Okay, that's the result already work. So this one should work and we get 55 here. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm doing done here. Okay, let's next to the second one. Okay, let's see. My problem says create a function between 50 and 500 that takes a number as an argument between 50 and 500. Choose return the true if the number passed to is between 50 and 500 exclusive. For example, if the input is 45, then your function should return false because it's under 50. And if then inputs 472, it should return true. Okay, what I'm saying here, the function wants us to return number, inputs gonna be number and return number. So let me go ahead to write a pseudo code here, and let me work on my strategy. But first, I want to create a function body by use function arrow functions from ESIC. Okay, 50 and 500 function. So we accept input, that should be number, and we just have our body functions. And let me do console log. Let me write console log to invoke our function. Okay, and we're going to pass in some number. Let's say I pass in 10. This one should be 4. And if I pass in, it's kind of like can do like an example. We pass in 45, right? And we pass in 475. Should be true. Should be true. Okay. And the result said we didn't include 50 and 500. If someone pass in 50 or 500, should be returned false. Okay, here we are. I already make our test example. So let's go ahead to write a pseudocode. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to check between the number of, right? So let me check if the number is parent 50. Okay, I think I gonna just return. I don't think I need to declare any variable to store the result because functions can just return 2 or 4. But inside, I'm going to check if number we pass in is 2 or 4. So I just gonna jump into just code now. Okay, I'm going to iterate check, just use if, take if num is less than 50, less than or equal to 50, and it should be or num is greater of than 100, 500. So this one we just return true, right? Otherwise other number without of the length of 50 and 500, it just return false. Okay, that I think it should work. So let's run the code now. Okay, true for 500. Okay, that's I'm missing here. So it should be not includes 500. So that's okay. That's working now. Okay. Run again. Okay, true for true. Oh, 1 second. 400 should be return Okay, that is missing something. Oh, okay, I'm missing some here. So if num is less than 50 or num is more than 50, we should return 4, and then otherwise we return true. Okay, up. Ah, that's missing something here. Okay, it's like kind of like stuck now. Okay, my number is 45. Is passing is less than 40. Number is less than 50, or and choose or. Okay, that makes something it choose or. That's really sticky. Okay, and we less than 50. Yep, less than 50. That should be turned true. 50, 500 should return 4. Num is less than 50. Or maybe I already correct here. One second. I'm stuck now. Okay. Oh, okay. It means nums less than 50 and equal to 50 is gonna return false, or between, right? Okay, that's it work. So let me work it out another one. If I do 300 to return true. Okay. Okay, it's work. Move on. Okay, my problem say create a function divide by 10 by 100 that take a number as an argument divide by 100 to return a true if the number passing is divided by 100. For example, if the input is 120 or 120, then your function should return false. And if the input is 600, it's return true. Okay, let me go ahead to, I'm gonna have input what I see here. Let me just, what I'm going to do. Okay, what am I going to do here? I think I'm going to get the numbers as inputs, and then if inputs check with divided by 1, if not remaining any number, it should return true, and otherwise if remains other numbers, it should return false. Okay, so I think input will be number for sure, and the output will be a number. I'm going to check if num divided divisible 100 return true, right? Otherwise num divide by 100. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this one. This one gonna return 4. Okay, let's go ahead to code. So I'm going to create a function body like def by 100 and accept number as parameter as argument. And then I'm going to invoke function here first by logging. So we can see what they're gonna print it out def by 100. And yeah, we just pass in the number as example. If we pass in 120, it's gonna return false. And if we do another test with invoke function, not by 100. We're going to, oh, okay, sorry. That we're gonna pass in 600. We're going to, okay, I'm missing parenthesis, close parenthesis. We're going to return true, okay? Okay, here we are. So it just use if statement, if check num input. We use modulo 2 and set it to, I think, modulo 100. And it set it to 0. We're gonna return true. Otherwise, we just return false. Okay, so it's just working num 600 modulo, so it should equal to 0 because have no reminding, so it should run false and true. Okay, that's great. Okay, another one. Here we are. My problem said create a function negative or even that take a number as an argument, negative or even. Create a function negative or even that takes a number as an argument. Negative or even choose return true if the number passing is a negative number or if it is an even number. For example, if we pass in 7, then your function choose return false. And if the input is -1 or -3, we choose return true. Okay, so if number is minus, it's negative, we should return true. Okay, they said negative or even number. So what another test? Okay, so let me go ahead to write my pseudo code here. Okay, we know that input will be, okay, that's it. I think I make something wrong. Yeah, Boolean, right? Okay, I know that our input will be input going to be number and output will be Boolean. Okay, Boolean. And I'm going to just create a body function body or even negative or even. So yeah, of course we accept number as argument. And okay, so then just go to console log to call invoking function type or even and pass in some number here. Let's say like example 7, right? 7 to return false. And if the negative one with -3, we should return true. Okay. I think I'm going to check if num input is greater than greater than negative infinity return false and otherwise return true. Okay, let me check here. If just going to write a pseudo code, so I'm going to check if num is greater than infinity number, that's we're going to return false, and otherwise we just return true. Okay, so let me run the code and see how it works. Okay, okay, both are false. So, okay, sorry. I mean, I should take this one. Oh no, both are true. So I think I misunderstand. So it means I need to check if the number is greater than greater or equal to 0, then return false. So what I'm putting to here. Okay. So this is gonna be greater or equal to 0. So that return false, otherwise return true. Okay. I'm not sure what's about this one. Let me pass video. Okay, so negative or even 7. Negative or even. Even. Mm, กลับมาแล้ว Okay, I think it should work. Okay, I think, okay, it's my working now. Okay, let me try another one. Like I say, I have 20. It should be true, or it should be false. Okay, that's good. Okay, another question. Okay, here are my problems. The problem says create function, pass or test that takes an array of functions and another values as argument. Each function in your arrays will return a Boolean values. Okay. Create function pass or test that take an array of functions. Array of functions and another. Okay. Create a function pass or test that take an array of functions and another values as argument. Each function in your array will return a Boolean values. Pass or test. Choose pass your value argument to each function if all functions in your array return true. Then pass or function will return true. Otherwise, pass and function should return false. Okay, passing or. So what I'm seeing here, the problem say is kind of like we need to work on with the callback function because we need to have functions as an array, and then we pass in that array as argument with another functions. We're gonna invoke all functions with passing. This means we work with callback and hire other functions here. And inside of that, we have to check on each function. We're gonna be passing another function. We're gonna be elements in an array. We're gonna test if or is past tense, it's gonna be true or true. If even when false, it's gonna be return false. So what I'm checking here, I think, okay, let me work on that. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, I mean, our input will be three function array of function, and output will be boolean with check we're going to check from check in pass in function. Then we're going to invoke functions of each element inside array. So I'm just going to create the body of function first to work on that. And yeah, of course, array function, right? We have array and as argument, and then inside of that, I'm going to call console log to invoke the passing all function, pass all test. And here we're going to have arrays as argument, and then argument's gonna take function. I'm going to call like func1, func2, and func3. Okay. Func1, func2, func1, func2, func3, and then I'm going to create func1, going to check if number is passed in. Let me do it here. Func1 we check num. Just check even. Okay, I think I'm going to create func is num, which will pass in this element. Okay, I think I'm going to use the like if num pass in is greater than 10, and return true. Yep. Okay, callback function. Let me check what we're gonna do. Should be return all true, right? Okay, that's fine. I'm going to check num with passing is greater than 10. Okay, I think I missed something here. Function. Maybe just func1. Will accept num. Yeah, I forget. I think func1 will accept num. Then we're going to check num. It's greater than 10, right? That's gonna return true. This one return true, and func2, and going to check num, and this num should be all even number. Okay, num modulo 2 and set to 0, and that one gonna return true also, because we want all return true, right? Okay, and what another one I'm going to do? Func3, I'm going to do accept num. I think I can check like num is, I think what I'm using here, I can use the first function, right? Right, check between, okay. I think I should use the divide by one function callback here, not need to create one new, okay? Another one I can use is between 500, so it should return true if with the number between, okay, this one, not need to create new one, okay. And also I'm going to pass function func to check if number is even number also. So this one gonna be even num func. Okay, so I'm going to pass in all here. Okay, and inside of that, I think I'm gonna create arrays. It's gonna pass in each function, array of functions. Create function pass in order to take an array of function and another value as a command. Okay, we're going to have another value is passed in here. So it's gonna be one values is only number. So let me try to use it for gonna use like 400, right? So 400 choose to return true because it is even number and divided by 100, and also is between 50 and 400. So all should return true. Otherwise, if I pass in 345, it should return false because it's not even number, and also but even pass in another one. Okay, so what we check in here, we get input and num value of num. Okay, so okay, so it's because we get the array func. So let me change a name, func array, and we get the values, and then what I'm gonna do here, what I'm going to do here inside the body of function, our logic gonna be iterate through arrays and check if and iterate through arrays. Okay. Okay, use it for. Okay, I think I'm going to iterate through array, and I'll check what I'm gonna use for, maybe for is or for loop. So let me check, and we check on current on each element. We're gonna be each element function. We're going to check if the number pass the value pass in with invoking each function, each func, and then we return the result. Return. Okay. If or pass in func or true, return true. Otherwise, return false. Okay, that's what I think gonna work on. Okay, let's code now. So I think what I'm gonna do is just use the for each and iterate to func array. And on each iteration, I'm going to invoke. Yeah. So if element and we pass value, right? Values and because we want to all to be on. Okay. Each iteration. Let me check for sure. I think iteration. It's kind of like we not need to use for loop now because okay. I think we're gonna pass in here with element. Okay, I'm not sure here. Let me just. Console log to see. Oh, okay. I think I'm correct. I mean, take if. Okay. Oh, let's make me. Okay. This is gonna be CB. Okay. Check CB. We pass in value and another CB. I think that's it because already returned, or it should return true. And otherwise, return false. Okay, so because we use a for loop, we don't need to check this one, right? So, or with passing values, if it pass, should be returned true here. Otherwise, just return false. So let's run the code here. Up 176, for is not defined. Oh, sorry, I missed something here. It's a function and use that for it. Okay, so func array here. Let me make it sure. Let me make a little bit space more pretty. And yeah, func dot arrays iteration of each time, and then we invoke each callback here, and then we pass a value which we already passed in as argument, and then choose return true. Okay, that's undefined. Okay, I think I need to check declare variable, right? Result and we set into false to true. That's me going to check here, and then I'm going to return result, right? Okay. Yep, because I forget for if it's just return undefined if we're not going to return anything. Okay. Okay, in here I think I should set it to true and result set false and just get this of the result return value. So okay, that's good. Okay. So what about if we have an 50? 50 should be returned false also because we didn't include it. Okay. Less than 50 and equal to 50. Okay. Wasn't just interesting about this one. Let me run here. For true, for to true. Between 50. Wasn't passing here between 50 and 100. So they check if even number should be return false, I think. 55, 50, true. Yep. How about 40? 40 should return 4 because not between 50. It's not correct. Okay, so it's kind of like not correct here. Should check even or divided by. Okay, this one should be 4. How about 20? Should be true because it's even number. Okay, let me console log CB. Okay, CB is like this one. Divide 100 is 0. Yeah, of course, it should be true. Second one, less than or equal to or. This one I think should be and. I think should be and. Let me code the console log here and then console log here. Okay. Okay, it's all true. No. Number is greater or oh okay. Between, I'm doing wrong. Between it means less than or 50 and less than or equal to 500. Wow. So then should be and. Okay, for true 500 less than 500 and we not include 50. So that's it. The number between 50 and number between 100 or less than 500. Oh, okay, sorry. This means greater than 50 and number. So this one should return true and otherwise other number should return false. Okay, here we are. For true, false, false. Okay, that's my bad. Okay. Okay, here we are. This one it should work, yeah. Okay. True, false, and true. This one should be minus by 100. Is even number. Yeah, is it pass or two? Okay, let me check another one. Should be this, right? Divided by 420. Yeah, it's 4. 2, 4, 2. False. And another one should be this one. 420. Be true. Okay, that is true. Because it's been between this number and number, an even number. Yeah. Okay, I'm correct. Yeah, that is. And also minus. This return true. 400. Let me check. 420 minus by 400. Divide by 420 divide by 100. It has remaining. You should return false. That's weird. Why return 100 and return 4? It should return 4. Oh, is it? Return 4, yeah. True, 4. 2, 4. This one should be even number, true. This one true, and divide by 100, it return 4. So this one should return true, should return 4. If we pad in 400 because it's not all. But why? So it means my logic here not correct. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is just you to not need iterate. So I'm going to check if from array index 0 is passing value and zero, 1 and 2 or just return true. Otherwise, return false. And we not need to have decay here. 1 second. Value is not defined. Okay, sorry, I missed some thing. I should not add s to it. Okay, yeah, it should work. Okay, it should return false. Okay, let's here we are. So it's true, false, false. Okay, that's good. Okay. So what another question is? Okay. Your functions to test if num is 300 is greater than the numbers. Use your pass or functions to test if the number 300 is greater than number of 500 and less than number of 500. Okay. Or even then test the number 5. Okay. Okay, so 1 second, let me check it here. Hello. Yeah, I'm practicing, and you want me to show you 1 second? Yeah, you want to show me? You want to see? No, I'm practicing. So can you watch me for just not over than 10 minutes? Almost done on coding, and then you can give me advice. I just like pass past video now, so you can see and you give me advice what I'm going to do. Oh, really? No, you can tell me how I can talk, slow down or something. You don't need to understand what I'm doing. I have two more questions which I'm try to go down here, and I want to count how long I gonna be, like I think over than 1 hour now. So I think I cannot solve all problems. It's like about 7 or 6, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 now, and have 2 more. Can you help me? Sayไหม? Okay. Oh, okay. I'm sure. Or you can mute your. Okay, I'm ready. Ready? You ready? Okay. Yep. Okay. Here, my problem says, use your pass or test function to test if the number 300 is greater than the number 50 and less than the number of 500. Divisible by 100. Wow. And a negative number or even, then test the number of 250. Let me understand what the problem is. They want me to use pass or test because I already created here and I'm return true or false, right? Okay. Okay, here we are. Let me just comment. And the function test or the function pass or test functions will test if the number is greater. Oh, if number is 300, number 300 is greater than, okay, let me just try to write it down. So let me understand more. They say like number 300 greater than 50, right? Or not? And it's also check 300 is less than 500. Okay. And also it's gonna check if 300 divided by 100 and another one a negative number or even number. So we're going to check like 300 is negative number or even. One second. Okay, I'm record my video. So let's like you can tell me after when I finish. You can tell me now. I'm just stop. Okay. I mean, I'm trying to understand what the problem says, so that's why I write it down here. Oh yeah, that's one is just type for understand, right? You mean you want me to change it here? How to code, right? I can ask you another question if I misunderstand English too. I chumming. I mean, I stuck around this one. It's already work. It's callback function. Okay, 1 second. I mean, I record my video so I can see how long I can work on too. Okay. Okay, I'm starting now. Okay. No, not stop. Okay, here we are. I already checked what is all here. So we're going to use a pass in all test to pass 300 number and check each function. Okay, so that's, I think I'm gonna create number. I don't think it's callback function. Yeah, it's callback. Okay, so let me just go ahead and console log pass or functions. Yeah, just let's copy it here. Okay, pass in function will accept 300, right? Okay, that's 300. And another function will check is function will check 300 if or, okay, so it's kind of like I need to create a function which going to pass or test at argument, and then we'll do something later. So going to create functions with gonna be once again so greater, right? But first is greater than 50. So the function will accept num is gonna be values of 300, and we going to grade num is greater than 50, right? So this one should return true because we pass in 300. Okay, and another one, we're going to check is number is less than 500. And then we going to check. Oh, okay, I see it now. Actually, I already have the care function here. That's why I'm using here. Okay. Okay. Actually, I'm already work on before I read this function. So let me understand. So actually, I do that before this problem coming. Okay. And also I do another number here. Oh, wow, it's great. Okay. Actually, I'm going go ahead to just return a function here, return uncomment, and then pass in 300. So with 300 we'll do here, I'm going to pass in as a values, because 300 when we pair argument and parameter, the 300 will be values here. And then each function I'm going to check, they said, if the number is 50, so maybe I just move this one to be here, so it can check. Okay, so this function will pass, these values will pass in the first function. Functions index 0 is gonna check if number 300 is less than greater than 50 and less than 50. So going to return true. And the other ones we check divided by 100. So I'm already creating here divided by 100 and divided by 100. So we pass in 300. 300 divided by 100 is gonna return true. So this one should return true. And even numbers functions, which I already just created here. So I'm going to check if 300 pass in the function here, and modulo by 2 is not have any remaining numbers, so it's gonna return true. So this I expect, and I believe that should return true because all we pass in. Okay, let's run the code here. Yep, correct. That's what. Okay, let me move here. And I think I have another question. Okay. Okay, let's move on another one. Okay. Okay, this one will be the last one. Define a function is palindromes that takes a string and return a boolean value indicating whether the string is palindromes. A palindrome is any string that has between same values when reword, or example level, and we can level. Oh, okay, and then we switch, right? And record something. I'm not sure. So what I'm gonna do here. First of all, I'm going to determine. We know that just let me code it here. What I'm gonna do inside my logic. Okay. So we know that input will be string and output. Our output will be Boolean. Just rest is clear here. So I'm going to write our body function, our function body. So is parindom and accept string, right, as argument, and then we're going to return the booleans. So let's work it out. I'm going to do later. So let's go ahead to do console log to invoke a function is parindom, and then we pass in some string, like let's say level, another one. This one should be returned true, or another one, this one, I'm not sure this one. Okay, R, A, C, E. Okay, this one also return true. And just go ahead to write another test in case if we have Jama, something that. This one should return false, but also we have a space. False. Okay, sorry. And let's say I'm going to have another one choose to return false to like just hello world, right? We want to say that that's the first thing we learn to print hello world. So this one should return false. Okay, so let me do pseudo code. What I'm gonna do here, at first, I will just gonna change change string to be all lowercase, and also width. Okay, to all lowercase. Okay, I think first I need to get it get out. No, move or space out. So we not need to have all space between. Let's say if we have hello world, so we not want to count space like empty between words. And then we can transform to all lowercase. And inside of that, I'm going to use the recursive one to check if there is parandom or not. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna check is character and then compare them each other and then divide by. What I'm going to do, let me check about that. So string speed and joy. This is very easy, not use recursive one, but I want to try to use the recursive one. Let me check here. What I'm gonna do? Yeah, I know I'm gonna transform all to lowercase and get this up, all spaces out. And and I think because we work with our recursive one, we have to have base case and yeah, of course, recursive case. So what the base case we're going to check if our string length, I think, like let's say if they not send anything here, length is gonna be 0, I think. Yeah. So I will check like string length, lenth is equal to 0. That's when we're going to just if one letter we return true. Yep. And another one, I'm going to do another base case. Okay. Okay, I hope I not run out of the time. Okay, and I'm going to check another base case. It's gonna be if string one and the last string is not equal, it's a return false because we don't need to compare other character anymore. String at first is not equal to the last string. So return false. Okay, that we already have our base case. So for recursive case, we know that we're gonna return itself, return is random function. Let's copy it and we pass in new input, that the key, because we need to pass in new input. But new input, what I'm gonna do, I just gonna use some built-in JavaScript we call slide method. So we can do slide it's just like something, it doesn't change our original input. So new input, I'm going to use string with slide from first and last. Okay, that's okay. My all strategy or my pseudo code. Okay, let's go ahead to jump to code now here. So as I say, I'm going to return string to or due to replace. So I'm reassign the string. So string dot replace. So replace here. LACH. Okay, and we know that we can use regular regx to help to get this. So what I'm seeing here, I can use this. Okay, up W and G. Okay, and all character we pass in view get this almost space. So we're going to pass in with empty string. And okay, here we are. So I'm going to use transform them to lowercase. Okay, that's gonna be all lowercase. And inside of that, what I'm checking here, going to my base case. So check if, string dot length is equal to 0. We just return true, and otherwise we do string. This one we check if string index 1 is not equal to string with the last index by we access the last index using basket notation with length and -1. So we gonna get the last character of the string. And then if not equal to it, we just return, I'm do type so fast. Return false. Okay, and then come to the important part here. We very careful how to invoke the function with calling it itself. So let me go ahead to do it. We will going to invoke a function is parandoms, and they will call itself each time if the function runs. So, but inside we need to update our input. As I said, I will use slide method, and we're going to slide from the first character and the last character. Okay, that's all my strategy out. So let me run here with the first one. If I pass in the empty, like let's say like one character, this one gonna return true. Yeah, because we cannot switch, right? Okay, return true. So, yep. Oh, where is for come from? 1 second. Okay, yeah. Oh, wow, it's not correct. If string.length is 1, okay, it means at least I know my function is not called itself many times. It's not going to be full stack. So let me see length of string. What is come here? Why is return false? Okay. String is A and how that length? Length is 1. Okay, length is 1, so that's why I come to false. That's correct. So if I didn't pass any, should be true. Okay. So length is 1. If length is 1, should be return false. Correct. Because it's not equal with any. Okay. Whoop. Okay. And the second one, let me try. Go ahead. I think this one should be returned true because L, when we do autocase and then we check length is not, a string.length is not equal to 0 because we didn't met our base case. So we will run to here and then we will check if string.length is not equal to string, the last character. As we check here, they correct, they are same because they are, right? So it's not gonna meet our base case. So they will come to the line 142 and then we slide is one out. So with the new input string, we will put is gonna be EVE and then we run this out again. And next time we will check EVE. So that should be returned true at end. So let me run this here. Oh, 4. Why is 4? I'm doing something wrong here. So that's it. It should be true. Must I do something wrong? They compare this one, and when they switch, they should be true. So I think my logic is here is not really correct. Okay. They didn't count this one. Select this one. Wow. I'm stuck a little bit. I think I will try to work it out why it doesn't work. Thing is pop this one. Okay, what's I doing here? Okay, I think I do. No, I think is I'm missing here. Where? 141 LEN. Oh yeah. Thank you and TH. Okay. Okay, but true. Oh yeah, that's correct. This one should return true because they have no compare. Okay, so that's all should be true, false, true. What? This one. Yeah, that one it should be true. Yeah. Okay, this one should be true because we add space. Yeah, it's correct. So all work out. Why not be true? Yeah, because we get this off space. Yeah. So when we, yeah. Actually, we get this of all space. Yeah. So when we turn it out, we're gonna be L A M A L L, right? So when we switch, this means still spell like L L A M A L L. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, we have to do that. Actually, like this one, right? They don't need to, but when you convert to back, right? Okay, let's say if this one and then we want to turn back, right? It's gonna be more, how to say, like LLMA, right? You mean that? Yeah. So actually, what I see here, okay, let's say this one, they already answer to be true, right? It means that this one from them. So let me just stop